Hey everybody, I'm doing Demi today. I have my brows done and I have mascara on my lashes already. And I'm working out on my Demi 12 palette here, which I'm going to compare to the mini double decker. It's about the same size, but one layer. Starting with my Sculpt, and I'm using the shape brush. So Sculpt in Demi is basically what you would think of as contour, except the Demi version is sheer. So all the Demi makeup is about letting your skin show through and look natural and not look like makeup. So once you put it on, it does not require blending. It blends as you put it on. So I use a warmer Sculpt on my forehead and I use a cooler one on my cheekbones because they have a little bit more redness. So I'm just kind of carving out that shadow. I like to start with sculpting because I like to enhance all the things I like about my face first before I go on and try to pick out the things that are distracting me that I want to filter. And last but not least, down here on my jaw and my neck like I normally would with contour. And then I'm going to do a quick nose sculpt here. I'm using, again, more of a green color because I do have some redness on my nose and I don't want to enhance that at all. I want to downplay it. And then once I sculpt my nose, I will put a little bit of a brightener just down the middle. Okay, so now I'm going to use Sculpt on my eyes. So I have naturally dark eyes, both above and below. And so I'm actually taking a Sculpt to enhance that darkness right near my lash line on the top and bottom. So rather than trying to fight it, I'm enhancing it, and it's just going to make my eyes more intense. And I just like to start with all the things that I want to draw attention to first, because I feel like then when it's time to filter, I feel like there's less on my face that bothers me. And this is all about appreciating the face and the skin that you have. So last but not least here with sculpting, I am putting some around my lips. You can see they instantly look bigger doing this, and I could totally just leave it like this and put some clear Demi Balm or gloss on, but I am doing a Valentine look today, so I'm going to add a pretty pink. This is called R5, and the codes are the names of the colors in Demi may seem strange to you, but they are actually codes. So R5 stands for red 5. If I say Y01, that stands for yellow orange 1, because what we are doing is making choices for our face based on the color wheel. A little bit of balm on top of that just to give me some moisture. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my first distraction here, which is the upper part of my lids. So I don't want to completely fight it. I'm going to use it to my advantage because it's what Kara calls natural eyeshadow, but I'm just going to neutralize it a little bit so it's not so bright. And now I'm going to move on to my next distraction, which is the spots that I have on my face. So I have these areas that I would have before described as all over red, but what Demi teaches us is it's actually a few darkest spots within an area that are the main distraction. And if you neutralize just the very darkest spots of a particular area, you'll find that the area in general is really not that big of a deal and suddenly doesn't bother you anymore. So I'm starting with the red spots, which actually tend to be kind of purplish red. And now I'm doing the spots that tend to look more brown, and those are kind of more greenish brown. So just doing those couple little spots, and here's the sunspots on the side, and you're going to see I'm going to just tap them with this color and then turn the brush around to the fluffy side just to take off excess product, and they are just going to disappear. So much better. Okay, so I have a few spots on my forehead here they look like freckles, but they're actually like dark indentations. So I just quickly tap that and it disappears. And now this is a zit on its way out. Just a little tap of Demi color and it's pretty much invisible. And then I like to brighten a little bit with that same color on my Cupid's bow and my top on my lips. Okay, here's the magic. So again, only working on the darkest spot of a particular dark area. So for me, that's the actual line of that circle. Boom, like that's crazy. Okay, let's do this side. So if you feel like you end up with a lot of texture and creasing when you try to cover your under eye, you will love Demi because there is zero creasing. And then a little bit of a darker orange yellow in here where I have a lot of blue. And do this side. And I'm not telling you guys every color because I don't want you to get too hung up on that, because the color that you're gonna need for any particular situation is gonna be different for each person. Okay, so I'm putting some of that balm that I used on my lip anywhere that I would normally put illuminator. It's just gonna give my skin moisture and dewiness. And I forgot to put cheek color on. So I'm using that same R5 that I put on my lips, on my cheeks to give me some color. And I am done.